kwa sababu katika uchumi wa viwanda kitu kinachoitwa innovation, kitu kinachoitwa ubunifu ni muhimu sana, kwa sababu ubunifu ndio unaleta mawazo mengine mapya katika vitu ambavyo viko siku zote. Hii science na kipindi cha kesho leo ni kwamba tunataka sisi vijana wetu waweze kuangalia kile ambacho kinatuzunguka, lakini waweze kutumia katika kufanya ubunifu wa sayansi, hivyo ambavyo watu wengi wanafanya nchi. Na sisi tunaamini kwamba na hata hapa nyumbani imekuwa ikifanyika hivyo, lakini sisi kama chombo cha habari hatuweza kusema kwamba bali tutoe nafasi ili wanasayansi wetu tunaoonyesha uwezo wao katika kuweza kubuni. Kwa hiyo kipindi tukianza cha kesho leo tukasema lazima tutafsiri kwa Kiswahili ili kusudi watazamaji waweze kuelewa kesho leo. Kwa maneno mepesi kabisa ni kwamba unaangalia vile ambavyo vinatuzunguka sisi sasa kwa ajili ya ubunifu wa kesho. Ndio maana hicho. Kwa hiyo tumefurahi sana kwamba mmepokelewa vizuri sana na vijana wengi walioshiriki, na tuna matumaini kwamba itaendelea. Na sisi kama chombo cha habari tukishirikiana na DW kwa ajili ya kupeleka ubunifu nje ya nchi, kwa sababu tunategemea kwamba lazima tupate nafasi ya kuweza kushiriki kimataifa. Lakini tunaamini sisi kama IT tunawajibika kutoa nafasi kwa vijana wetu kuweza kuonyesha ubunifu wao hapa nchini, uweze kuona na wote wahusika na wale ambao hawana interest ya kuona kwamba vijana wanaweza kuwa makubwa, ili waweze kuona kwa jinsi ambavyo tutakuwa tunafanya kama. Kwa hiyo mimi nashukuru sana, and for those who don't understand Kiswahili, all I told them is that we are happy that they have been able to come here, but most importantly, we are happy that they were able to participate in the competition so that they can showcase their capabilities, that they are innovators in their community. So thank you very much, nashukuru sana kuja, and let's enjoy the show. It's only for 2 hours. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Joyce. Another round of applause to Madam Joyce. Yeah, you don't find a lot like her, I'm telling you, especially in Tanzania. Now, we also don't find a lot like this next gentleman that I'm going to call on stage right now. And this is none other than the DW's MD for Distribution, Marketing and Technology, Mr. Guido Bampower. Please, let's give a round of applause to Mr. Guido Bampower.
And it makes me proud to see Mashindano everywhere in the city, at least at some spots. And I was never so happy to stand in a traffic jam like today, because the traffic stopped, look out of the window, and there was a huge billboard that said Mashindano. So next time you see these billboards, make sure you can watch it on my TV and follow it. But today we celebrate another milestone together, which is the Mashindano Science Slam, the first Science Slam ever. And some of your faces I can see, well, what is the Science Slam? What is it? The hosts have told you already. They will give you a lot of information about this. All I can tell you is we had 200 applications coming our way, 200 proposals, of which 150 were valid. And then out of these, we have chosen 8 finalists. So in a way, we already have winners here, because to be here today is special itself. So give them a round of applause to the 8 finalists. And of course, to everybody who participated in the first Science Slam ever. So thanks of course to the University of Tazama. Represented here, he must be speaking right after me, so that is the teaser for you. But there's kind of a fun fact, something I need to disclose. There are 2 people who unfortunately cannot be here. These are 2 project organizers in Germany, Fabienne and Laura, and they cannot be here for a very good reason. Yes, both are giving birth to their babies next month. So you can imagine the level of emotion that was going into the planning. I'm sure you can. And so please give a big round of applause to the big bellies. And of course, there are a couple of people that hate to be on stage, that hate the spotlight, but yet they did a great job. This is Seban hiding over there. It's Temi who was hiding so badly that he can be seen over here. And then Balthazar, who just told me to put the microphone closer to me. Just give them a hand because they put a lot of thought here. Last round of applause, of course, goes to ITV, Joyce, and Winnie and their teams. Without them, we wouldn't be here. So then your hands should be warm. So just warm them up again, and please give us the last round of applause. And now, of course, the floor is almost to the finalists. And I'm glad to see how relaxed you are. I'm really impressed to see. And I'm sure none of you are nervous. It's going to be this will be your moment of a lifetime. So thank you very much for having us.
Thank you very much. Again, one more applause for Ms. Vicky. So, last but not least, please welcome to the stage Mr. Guillemot, Principal of the College of Natural and Applied Sciences from the University of Tazama.
Habari za mchana, mambo, hamjambo. Okay, napenda nishukuru na mimi kama wenzangu walivyoanza kusema kwa kukaribishwa mahali hapa na kushirikishwa katika zoezi zima la kuanzisha hii Science Slam in Tanzania. Hatukuwa nayo lakini sasa tunaianza, kwa hiyo tumefurahi sana sisi kama ndaki ya sayansi na tumizi ya chuo cha Dar es Salaam tulishiriki toka mwanzo. Tunawashukuru sana ITV na Deutsche Welle kutuhusisha katika swala hili, na nikawa najiuliza sana kwa nini sisi na sio vyuo vingine. Nikakumbuka kwamba science ya chuo kikuu kufanya research ilianzia University of Dar es Salaam. First college ndio ilianza kufanya research za science, ndio ilianza pia kufanya tafiti na innovation za science. Sasa maneno mengine nitachanganya, lakini ndio hivyo. Lakini tunazo wanafunzi wengi sana, wataalamu wengi sana wanaofanya science. kuwasilisha sayansi yao kwa wananchi kuweza kuitumia. Sasa platform ambayo wametupa ITV, wametupa Deutsche Welle, ninaomba wanasayansi wote tuweze kuitumia. Tuwapigie makofi ITV na Deutsche Welle. Shukuru sana mkurugenzi kwa kutushirikisha na kuwashirikisha university nyingine. Nafikiri hawa waliofika hapa ni university mbalimbali. Katika maabara zetu kuna tafiti nyingi zinazoendelea na matokeo mengi yanayotoka. Kuna innovation nyingi zinazoendelea, ndogo na kubwa, lakini mara nyingi tunaona zile ambazo zinatoka kwa mtaani, watu wanasema vipi, lakini hawajazipata zinazotoka kwa wanasayansi wenyewe wa vyuo vikuu. Kwa hiyo tunaomba vyuo vikuu tutumie opportunity hii kwa ajili ya kupeleka science kwa wananchi, ili sayansi yetu iwe for development, sustainable development. Tukionyesha vizuri, wale wawekezaji, wale ambao wana uwezo wanaweza wakaipromote na ikafanya kazi kwa watu. Kwa hiyo kwa wenzetu wanafunzi ambao wameweza kupata hii nafasi, nyinyi tayari ni washindi. Kwa hiyo tunawatakia kila la heri, muonyeshe sayansi yenu, sijui mnafanyaje, kwa sababu hii ni mara ya kwanza kufika mahali kama hapa na kuanza kusema sayansi kwa njia rahisi, simple but clear way, kuleta ile sayansi ngumu ya physics, chemistry, biology, kuileta kwenye language ambayo hata mama yako au bibi yako anaweza kaielewa. Kwa hiyo leo tunaanza, lakini ningeomba sana Deutsche Welle, ITV isiishie hapa. Hii program nafikiri ni program nzuri. Ni kweli ni nzuri au ni mbaya? Baada nafikiri na mmefanya vizuri sana kuletea wanafunzi ambao ni wanasayansi wa kesho. So students who are here, please look at it, go innovate, research, discover and prepare yourself to explain to others the science and to the community for sustainable development. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Deutsche Welle. I'd like to thank also ITV and all members, all people who are here in this gathering for this occasion. Thank you very much.
Well, another round of applause to the professor. Now, the meaning of a science slum, for those people who don't have a clue with regard to what science slum is. Well, science slum is a scientific talk where scientists present their scientific researches, but to people who are not scientists, like to non-specialists, so that, you know, it is overwhelming and we understand it right there and then. And this is what these guys are going to do here. But with regard to this science slum, it's a bit different.
So, for our first winner, the prize will be an iPad. For our second winner, the prize will be an iPad. And for our third winner, the prize will be an iPad. Yes.
Can we have a round of applause to that?
Thank you, thank you. So, of course, no winners cannot have been chosen without a system. And today we have two voting systems. So our first one will be by you, our audience, which Sebastian will explain a bit later. So the jury evaluation system will be looking at the topic of all our tactics, the clarity and understanding of what you're doing, also the relevance and your presentation. But of course, one of the most important things, your presentation can be great, but when you come on stage, you have to have great personality, you know? So, for all our contestants, good luck.
Well, the most important thing that we have to do here, we have the power of influencing the judges in a bit, but also influencing the winner. So we have to make a round of applause at the end of every presentation. Can we try to do that right now? Can we have a round of applause to me? Okay, so the winner, like the ones that you see are better than the others, please make sure the round of applause is bigger than that, because I didn't make any scientific thinking. Okay?
Well, it was a good effort, thank you. So, now, there are a few round rules for all our presenters. You have 8 minutes to do your presentation, and once those 8 minutes are done, because we know you don't have a timer, there will be some acoustic music from the game that will signal you that time is up. So, please take advantage of these 8 minutes. They might seem long, but very, very short, okay? So, then we'll proceed to introduce our they won't mind coming up the stage so that you can see them one by one. First, I would love to introduce the channel director of ITV, Mr. Macharia Going. Please welcome to the stage. A lot of applause. Welcome. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Gladness Taylor from the University of Dar es Salaam.
Last but not least, we were to have Judith Harble from DW, but unfortunately we couldn't have her, and so the ever-loving Mr. Guido Bacauer will take her place. But as you can see, we called them on stage so that you can see that there's no soft judge and harsh judge. They are all very serious with regard to what they're going to do next. Thank you very much, my judges. Thank you. Please go back. A round of applause to them, please. And now, we're heading to the most important part of this event. And this is to see the presentations. We have the contestants there. They have prepared their material. Now, they're going to give us what they have prepared. And first of all, I would like for all of us to please be quiet when the presentation is going on, because at the end I'm going to ask questions. So please bear with me in quietness. First of all, we're going to have Idrissa Abu for his presentation. Welcome, Mr. Idrissa.
My name is Mr. Wu. It's very University of Agriculture and taking practical development. Today I'm going to present to you a system that is going to reduce global warming by more than 60%. Just imagine that. Okay? So, you see, usually when people visit the internet, there are those sites in which people visit daily, or maybe on a 2-day basis, or maybe on a 3-day basis. For example, someone sitting among us there, maybe taking a selfie right now, and then posting it to Facebook. And then tomorrow, he'll log in again to see how many likes and comments he has gotten. You see that? So, someone finds himself visiting Facebook almost every day. And also another person may be visiting BBC Swahili every day, that he can get daily. But for me, I usually visit a lifestyle blog on a 2-day basis, or maybe on a 3-day basis, so that I can get news on how science develops throughout the world. So I think I'm a bit in love with science, aren't I? So, the point here is that when one day I was visiting the lifestyle blog, I saw an article saying that over 100 million people by 2030 are going to be exposed to extreme poverty because of the health effects associated with increased heat. Just think about that. We're talking about more than 100 million people. But then some people are very stubborn. They're going to think, this guy is talking about things of 2030 or 2019. Oh man, if you're so stubborn, if you think you're not going to reach 2030, then think about your child, think about your grandchild. What kind of world is he going to live on later on at that time? Okay, so here I'm going to show you a summary the effects of global warming. For example, we could see what happened in India. Okay, thank you. Okay, we could see what happened in India. Many people died, and also some people failed to do their economic activities as a result of effects of global warming. The health complications they faced due to that. Look, even children didn't grow well because just of the adverse effect they got due to global warming. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did a small research and found that increased heat is caused by accumulation of greenhouse gases. And the greenhouse gases, the most common ones have carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and some F gases. But if you take a look at this, carbon dioxide occupies almost 80% of the chart. So it seems carbon dioxide is the major contributor to greenhouse gases. So I was thinking, can you do something to the industry so that you can reduce the amount of carbon dioxide that goes up and accumulates as greenhouse gases? Because as you see, in carbon dioxide here, the major contributor comes from fossil fuels and industrial processes. So ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you my project A. In this project, I'm going to show a mechanism in which we're going to have a system connected to the outlet of an industry, take out the carbon dioxide and convert it into a useful product. That product is urea fertilizer. As you see here, we have our industry, and here is our system. As you know, the industrial emissions don't only contain carbon dioxide, but in order for us to make urea fertilizer, we need pure carbon dioxide. So how are we going to separate carbon dioxide from all other gases? For example, when we were in a meeting, let's do this and this. Then there's usually that one person start doing like this. Okay, your point is not sensible. You see, so people neglect you. So like here, we're going to neglect other gases and take only carbon dioxide. How this pipe here contains sodium hydroxide, and then when other gases come here, carbon dioxide will react with sodium hydroxide to form sodium carbonate. And then other gases will be released through these bonds over here. So we have a sodium carbonate accumulating here, and then it will be passed through lime water and form calcium carbonate. And then our calcium carbonate here is going to be heated to give calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide is solid, so our carbon dioxide as it is going to pass through here into this reaction chamber. And this reaction chamber is going rare. That product here is not only rare, there's also water. So we don't need this water. We're going to remove this water through this evaporation chamber. Water is going to go out through the tube, and then we're going to have our urea passing through this into the granulator chamber. In this granulator chamber, we're going to convert a large mass of urea into a smaller mass, which is going to be stored in this chamber here. Actually, this system is going to look and produce like this. If it is very practical, this is just an example, actually. And so, some people might be thinking, this guy seems to be in love with fertilizer. Why did he choose to convert carbon dioxide into fertilizer? Come on. I found that here I have worn long sleeve t-shirt. I love long sleeve t-shirt. But I'm not in love with fertilizer because fertilizers actually, because, look, support agriculture. We have to support our farmers. So in doing that, even above, if it is very mandatory, if every industry in the country or maybe in Africa, or maybe in the whole world, is made to have this system. Therefore, it means the price of fertilizer is actually going to go down, isn't it? So if the price of fertilizer is going to go down, farmers will acquire fertilizer at a cheaper price. Next, some people will need to be employed to work in this system here. So increase employment opportunities. But the major important thing here is this one. People are going to be safe our future generation because global warming is going to be reduced by 60%. And also, to the industrialists, how are they going to benefit from this? How are they going to benefit from this? 50 kilogram bag of red fertilizer do a double job. They're going to produce their products and then they're also going to produce fertilizer. You see that? So we're going to have the industry is also benefiting from this project. So this was a short summary of my presentation. But before I leave, I want to share with you something else. One of my former lecturers said to me that success comes from value. If you value something, then success will automatically come to itself. For example, if you're a doctor, if you're a plumber, if you're a teacher, whatever you're doing, if you do 200 success, if for whatever you're
is Christina Frederick Higuta. Please welcome.
Some of you are wondering why I'm wearing a coat. Okay, so my name is Christina Frederick Higuta. I'm a chemist. That's why I'm wearing this coat and these goggles, because anything can happen. And so my famous and wonderful project is preparation of sodium alginate from a sorghum species for industrial use as a thickener. So now I'm wondering, I'm sure all of you are wondering what is sodium alginate and what is sorghum. Don't worry, I'm going to answer all your questions. Stay put. Okay, so that is sorghum.
Excuse the inconvenience. So like this kid, how creative he was. Like he doesn't have to buy a joiner from a shop or whatever, but he has my and he could. This seems new to me. So like the question is, what if we took this attitude to adulthood and use these problem-solving skills and creativity to solve the challenges that face us as a today? So my name is Coleman Tetepea. Today I will present on the design cycle, and I will use my project, the Cairo wheelchair, as the example. So what is a design cycle? A design cycle here, the solution here. What steps do you take to move from the problem to the solution? You need to gather information about that problem, and then you need to think of ideas, experiment on those ideas, and choose the best one. From there, you can start building that solution as from your idea, and after you get the solution, you should test it, get feedback, and go around the cycle again. So to experiment does this cycle work? I'm going to present my project so that you can see how we use this cycle and this process to create a technology for children of cerebral palsy. So it all started with these 3 people, Imon, Coleman, and Goodluck, at Chonda Innovation Center in Arusha, where we are working with children of cerebral palsy. And they have a lot of challenges. But let me explain what cerebral palsy is first. Cerebral palsy is this cognitive condition that affects the part of the brain that is responsible for movement, muscle tone, and posture. So as a result, a person might experience difficulty in walking, difficulty in moving, muscle cramps, and etc. So in taking care of these people, you need several equipment. So some of the equipment you need is like normal wheelchairs, standing frame, and something like a bed for resting and changing clothes. So having to buy all of this takes a lot of space at home. It's also very expensive. And also as the child grows, you need to buy a new wheelchair every 2 or 3 years. So we had a problem that ahead of us, that we create a wheelchair that will perform all the 3 functions. We thought we could. So we started shaping the idea, gathering information, like what wheelchairs in the market currently, what are the materials that we could use and the technology that we could use. And then we started putting the idea on paper, then making little models of it, knowing what materials we could use around. From there, we started designing on the computer through a CAD program. That's where our science came in. So we designed. Now we only had to build it. So we started building and building and building until the idea started to materialize. Now we had a wheelchair that could do all these functions. It can act as a wheelchair, as a standing frame, and as a bed. So you don't need to buy only 3 equipment. And also it has another feature, as I told you, cerebral palsy affects a person when they're a child, before birth, during birth, or in the early years of childhood. So they grow with this condition. Therefore, as the kid grows, you need to buy a new wheelchair every 2 or 3 years. So this is a huge financial burden, including the patient care and all that. So this chair, instead of buying a new wheelchair every 2 or 3 years as the child grows, it can be reconfigured to accommodate the user in an amount of time that you would have to buy 2 or 3 wheelchairs. So after we made this, we were working with a community, with Jaffer Academy, is a school that has a special unit for these children. So we were working with them at every step of the process. Why? Because you want to create something that really addresses the challenges of those people. So, but we got feedback, and we knew that we needed to improve this. So we improved it, and then we started building again. And while building, we did some tests to see if it works. So this is testing of the wheelchair in the normal conditions, like this is the normal user. And this is testing of the wheelchair under extreme conditions, like a really heavy user and a really rough. So we again took it to testing, see how it worked, and it worked successfully. So you may be wondering, is this useful? Okay, fine. Yes, it is. Why? As I told you, currently they have to buy 3 equipment. You need to buy a wheelchair for almost 700,000. You need to buy a standing frame for almost 150,000 Tanzanian shillings. And then you need to buy a bench or a bed. And then you need to buy the wheelchair every 2 or 3 years as the child grows. So this is a huge financial burden. But with this one design, you can use the same chair around and around. Second, why is it useful? It's the first design of its kind. Not in Tanzania, not in Africa, in the world, considering the combination of features that it has. And third, we're sure that it's going to help the people that we are targeting because we work with them. Every feature that we include here, they needed it. We consulted them to make sure that it's something that they need in their daily use. So now we have a solution that works. How do we get it to the user? Like, is it being used already? No, not yet. We thought like, let's do some testing. We have seen that it works, but let's do some testing in different communities to see how it responds over long-term use. So we have been successful at that, helping here and there. So this week actually, we started making a few more chairs that we're going to test in different communities, so that areas, in urban areas, see, so that when it comes to the market, it can sustain use. Let's go back to the first point I was talking about, the design cycle. So we have seen how the design cycle works with us. We have gone through it like a lot of times. You've been making, like, creating a solution, you go around the cycle a lot of times. For example, if you are making this TV, maybe you want the challenge of, like, how can we make it transportable? Go again through the cycle. How do we make it have clear pictures? Going through the cycle. How do we feed in the media? Going through the cycle. So, like, it's a repetitive cycle that goes on even after the product comes onto the market, and that's why we experience new products every day in the market. But you might think, maybe I'm not a scientist. What do I do? No. This thing can be done by everyone. You will need scientific and technical assistance, but then every one of us, like science, arts, whatever you do, as a child you are creative and you are making things. So you can still do it. You need the technical bit, that's where we come in, but you can start the process. You are the one who are facing those challenges. So if you start the process and scientist comes in, like this, an amazing technology can come from it. So like, I urge each and every one of you.
Thank you, Coleman.
It seems my time is up. Thank you.
For those who are not familiar with sisal is a natural plant. That is a native from southern part of Mexico, but nowadays it is widely cultivated in many parts of the world. And this is a picture of sisal plant. Now, as I said, I'm going to present my project on the strategy for communication sisal fiber for textile application. Investigate on the usability of sisal fiber in the textile industry for manufacturing process. Now, for many years, cotton has been the main raw material for in Tanzania. We have larger quantity of sisal. Tanzania is the second leading producer of sisal. Food Agriculture Organization, about 4.5 million tons of sisal are produced worldwide. And in Tanzania, according to the report of 2017, Tanzania produced about 47,000 tons of sisal. But the sisal that are produced in Tanzania is currently used for production of agricultural twice, sisal sacks, and African vine. And the other is used for domestic purpose for production of lumber beds, rugs, mats, and others. But despite the larger quantity of sisal that are produced in Tanzania, still it is not used in the textile now. What has been done? So in my project, I tried to find a method in the textile industry. Now, a chemical method was developed that can be used as a textile material in the textile industry in Tanzania. The method was developed, tested, and optimized. The result obtained is like this. This one is a modified sisal fiber, and after softening, I got this one, which is a modified sisal fiber. And the more interesting part, after modification, the fiber was able to accept the dye. And the dye remained fixed even after several washing, as you can see here. after several washing with different classes of dye, the fiber remains, the color remains fixed in the fiber. This indicates that even if we wash your clothes, if we remake the clothes from the size of fiber, the clothes will not wash away the fiber. As it can be seen, this one is unwashed fiber, and this is a washed fiber for polyacrylic red, and this is also polyacrylic black. This is unwashed, and this is washed, and this one also, this is washed and unwashed. So you can see there was a little fading upon washing. In a standard gauge scale, it was given 4 out of 5. That means very good. That means the color remained 50 in the fiber. Now, this size of fiber will be able to be used as a textile material. That means it will contribute to the value of textile industry in Tanzania that are declining due to the shortage of raw materials. As you know, population is increasing, the demand for clothing material is increasing, and the clothing is one of the best needs of human beings. Now, this size of fiber will be one of the raw materials that will be used in textile industry for production of clothing. That means will contribute to revive the textile industry in Tanzania. And this will concur with the Tanzania Development Vision of 2025, aiming at transforming the country into a strong country of middle income economy. Also, the use of size of fiber in textile industry will create many local spinners will be involved in the textile industry for different uses. But also there's a value addition of the size of fiber. The price of size of fiber will be increased because there will be high demand of size of fiber. If the fiber will be used in textile industry. But also the project will help to address environmental pollution, which is a global concern, because most of the textile industries, they are using cotton, which its production involves a lot of agricultural fertilizer, agricultural pesticides, and a larger consumption of water, which gives rise to the economic interest and environmental pollution. Now, each size of which does not involve the use of those agricultural pesticides, fertilizer, and water, and the larger consumption of water will be used in textiles. That means we this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Cosmos wanted to leave with our marker. Well, thank you very much. That's the first 4 of our presentations. Can we have a round of applause to all the 4 presentations, please? Oh, yes, and Zana will agree with me that this is going to be a very tough job for the judges, right?
Those were very strong contestants.
Okay.
Only the first 4.
Yes, and that's only the first 4. We're going to have the next 4. But first, we're going to have a recap of what the first 4 were, so that when you hear of the winner, you know who did what. The first one was Idrissa Abu, and he was speaking. He was saying that carbon dioxide is produced in large quantities in industries and it can be used as fertilizers. The second one was Christina Kibuta, and she was speaking about sarcasm and how it can be used, especially in textile industries for thickeners. And he was speaking that it does not wash out easily and it doesn't react with that. So she was speaking about clothing and all sorts of that. He was speaking about, she spoke about being famous as well. So that's the one. Yes. And the third one?
Well, our third contestant was Woman in the Bear, with his project at Yaro Care, I think. His project was all about helping children with mortality and also relieving the burden on parents not having to buy several equipments to help their children with their disease. Then our fourth contestant was Mr. Cosmas Ferdinand, who talked about the modification of sisal fibers for textile, which for most of us, we know that Tanzania will produce a lot, we have a lot of sisal fibers.
Well, a round of applause to the 4 contestants again. We still have more to come, and for the people who are watching, we are live at ITV, EW, also live on YouTube, and all sorts of other news channels. Next, applause to her.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to present the exciting story of my project. My name is Camila Renson, and I come from the University of Dar es Salaam. So my project is on the use of fungus available in natural soil. And we usually see farmers in farms spray chemicals cover up their bodies. And why are they not covering their bodies when they're excited of the great harvest they have? The truth is that there must be something that they're preventing themselves to come into contact with them. And they forget that they not only protect themselves, it's the cycle. We can see from the spraying in chemicals in farms, these chemicals can leach into water bodies. They affect the life underwater. And not only underwater, but the pollution itself of the chemicals affect the people together with the organisms on the terrestrial environment. Example, you can see the effects of these chemicals. People can have autism. Pregnant women can have birth defects. Kids and other adults can have respiratory diseases. So we all agree that these chemicals us and to all other organisms. And this is the exciting part of my project, that I had to think of an alternative way that will go against or will overcome the effects that comes from the chemical pesticides. And the idea is on the use of biopesticides. Biopesticides are the types of pesticides that are derived from living organisms, such as plants, such as animals, and such as bacteria and fungus. Of course, you can be surprised, how can a plant, how can an animal, how can a fungus be used to control pests? Yes, it is very, very possible through the research. So due to these bad side effects of the chemical pesticides, we see that these biological pesticides are not an option, and they are the best alternative for pest control. So there's such a area of Kantangaze. Do you know the massiveness of Kantangaze? Have anyone who has planted or engaged in a tomato, tomato business and come across such a pest? Yes? So, as you know, this tomato pest, Kantangaze, is a very vulnerable pest. And scientifically, it's actually called Tuta absoluta. So this Tuta absoluta was firstly reported in 2015 in Arusha regions. And it broke a record of destroying almost 800 acres of tomatoes to 100% yield loss of tomatoes. Don't you think this is very troublesome? It is very dangerous, because imagine the farmers who are engaging in agriculture in tomatoes. They can be suffering a lot of loss. From the soil, and we got a number of pure fungal isolates. And these pure fungal isolates, we just dissolve them in water, and once we dissolve into water, we spray on these larvae of the water. Yes. The first one, and the other one gave a 40%.
myself, does this only end in the laboratory? Of course it away to the laboratory and to the farmers, to our own parents, to our own selves, that we can control this pest. So what causes pesticides?
See here we have a different arrangement. We have arrangement like here we have copper, zinc, tin. These are the metals which we are using. So these metals are coated under fabrication conditions. And I find that from a study, the best arrangement that can result in the improved efficiency of the solar cells is when preparing the sample, the copper is deposited first, and then tin material is deposited at the top of the copper, followed, and this sample can be annealed or can be heated at temperature of 550 degrees centigrade. And out of this, we find that the best arrangement was very good, and it has shown the high absorption coefficient, which is enough for the manufacture of the commercial solar cells. And as you know now, this issue of the global pollution is in concern, has the potential to our countries. As I said, that we are using the materials which we have in our countries, we have in Africans and the other ones. So it provides the room and the chance for developing countries like us to participate in these programs. And this also lies with the Sustainable Development Energy Goals. Goal number 7, which is clean energy, affordable and clean energy. And it also lies with another one, goal number 9, which is industry, innovations and infrastructures. Not only that, Tanzania now we are moving. We need the vision of our country is to take our country economically to the middle economy through industrializations. And make industries, not only the industries, but also for our human use, and we also reduce the effect of the air pollution to our countries. So, this is the end of my presentation. I would like to acknowledge different people of our organization, University of Dar es Salaam, and the other, as you can see there. And also, this study was done at the University of Dar es Salaam, Physics Department. So if you are in need of the issue of solar energies, you need maybe training and whatever, I wish to welcome you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hezekiah White, for a wonderful presentation. And now to our next contestant. His name is Yassini Shahidu. Let's welcome Yassini Shahidu to the stage, please.
Hello everybody. Good afternoon. Sorry for the inconvenience here. I was talking about the technical issues here. But someone might ask himself that, or he or she, you might be asking yourself that if this guy is serious, but unfortunately the answer is yes, because I'm presenting something which most of you know it, but according to your perception, it means you can't even understand what the positive impact which can obtain from this kind of hemp. My title for this it was to show you manufacturing of eco-friendly textile non-psychoactive hemp. So we do ask ourselves, what kind of plant do we have in this country? We have a lot of plants which are used for manufacture textile products, but I have come with a solution on this. And I'm sorry, do you allow me to switch to Swahili language so it can be soon? Yes. Sasa katika viwanda vyetu vya textile kuna changamoto moja tulionayo. Kwanza kabisa kuna changamoto ya upatikanaji wa materials kwa ajili ya kutengenezea textile. I'll switch this language because we are Swahili. And yeah, that's all. So katika viwanda vyetu tuna changamoto ya viwanda ya matumizi ya kemikali na vitambaa ambavyo vinatengenezwa kwa kutumia material ya sisal ya cotton. Kwa sababu hiyo nimeona ni vyema nije niwaletee hii hapa hemp. Kwa Kiswahili tunaweza kusema ni bangi. Kwa sababu najua hapa kuna intelijensia, kuna maofisa wa polisi, but this is just for fun. But it's educative. You can learn something from here. Yeah, it's scientific. My professor there is laughing, but so, well, there is something here to discuss with you. First of all, we can differentiate hemp and marijuana. Hemp is an agricultural production, it's an agricultural crop, and marijuana is different from this, but they are from the same family. It's like you have identical twins, but genetically they are from different sources, they are different families. So here we have hemp and here we have marijuana, but all of these, they perform different functions. Zinafanya kazi tofauti. Tuna fiber ambayo inatokana na hemp, pia tuna oil ambayo inatokana na hemp, pia tuna food ambayo inatokana na hemp. Lakini katika marijuana tuna THC ambayo ni tetrahydrocannabinoid. This is kind of a component which is found on this kind of cannabis. This is marijuana and this one is what is hemp. But my project deals with production of fiber from this hemp. Hemp, as you can read here, I'm delivering the lecture so that you can understand well, because many of us, you don't understand this kind of plant. We take it as granted that everybody who smokes this is just mtu ambaye amechanganyikiwa fulani, lakini zina aina mbalimbali. Kuna aina ambayo zinapatikana katika cannabis ambayo inaweza kutengenezea vitu mbalimbali. Moja hapo ni hii hapa tunavyoona mbele yetu. Hemp is a flowering plant, as we see here. It grows almost 15 feet, and it grows everywhere. Kutokana na mazingira nchi yetu yana ukubwa wa ardhi ambao ni sawa na wale watanisaidia, wale watu wa mazingira. Tuna environment kubwa sana, tuna mazingira ambayo yanakuwa sana kwa ajili ya grow hii hemp. So it's a major market. You can produce different things. It's environmental benefits, and it requires only feed inputs. It requires only little pesticides and artificial fertilizers, and it improves soil erosion. Also, because of the stigma, tunaidharau hii hemp kwa sababu tunaona kwamba ni zao ambalo mwisho wa siku unaweza kuaffect vijana wetu au zikatuaffect sisi, lakini tunaweza tuka-extract something. Lakini hemp historically it was cultivated in China and other EU countries, as you can see here, before century 2800 kule ilikuwa ishakulimwa. Lakini mbali na hiyo, all parts of the plant can be utilized from seeds. From seeds you can extract something. You can extract oil, you can extract biomasses, and also we can extract biofuels. Also we can have other alternative sources such as cotton and sisal. Also, for those who are reading and studying chemistry and biology, you can help me on this. But hemp has less tetrahydrocannabinoid, less than 0.3%. This tetrahydrocannabinoid ndio ile inafanya mtu anakuwa akivuta anakuwa hai. Kwa hiyo ili kumsaidia sisi. It has low psychoactive effect. Ukimruhusu mtu alime kitu ukampa mazingira yale ya ulimaji, mwisho siku atakuja na kitu ambacho ni tofauti. Ukiwawezesha wale wawekezaji wakaja na vitu, wakaja na nyenzo zao zote za kufanyia kazi, wakainvest katika hii crop, mwisho siku mtakuwa mnawasimamia. Kwa mkishawasimamia watakuja kuwaletea products ambazo watakuja kustadia wakati tunavyoendelea na ile lecture. Cellulose, ambayo iko katika hemp, it's almost 75%, but cellulose, lignin, those percent, and other things which are quite in this kind of plant. Also, we have a lot of social benefits which are very, very, very important for this. we have economic benefits. In the social benefits part, we can increase the research. For us as students here, we have to make research about this plan because kwa sababu na perceptions za watu ndio maana inatufanya sisi tusiweze kuinvest pesa nyingi kwa sababu ya kufanya research. We have to look forward to go through this and do research. So economic benefits, by growing this, we can create jobs will be created. Also, we have environmental benefits. It uses pesticides which are very low and almost it can be grown by thermoplastic. Hemp is not a bad thing. It can help the environment in so many ways and substitutes solids. I can say to all of you that we have to legalize hemp. So, sorry for that, but hemp we can compare it with a tree. Let's compare hemp with a tree. Here my fellow has been talking about the production of paper and other textile products by using sisal. Here we can use hemp to produce paper. Since viwanda vingi vya paper, wala wanafahamu, wana kemikali ambayo inatumika kutengeneza nini? Kutengeneza karatasi. Hiyo kemikali, it's chlorine bleaching, which is used in traditional paper mills. It releases toxic substance, which is carbon dioxide. Here is very, very dangerous to environment. So we can replace this by using what? By using hemp. Also, hemp replaces trees as raw materials and paper, whereby it can conserve forests. It takes almost 98 days to grow almost 3 months. This one, also 1 acre of hemp can produce as much as paper as annually 4 acres of trees. We can compare also cotton with hemp. One of my fellows has been talking about the cotton, but we can compare it with the hemp. Pesticides, herbicide and fertilizer is widely used to grow cotton. But we can replace this by using hemp where there is no fertilizers used when we grow hemp. Also, hemp is also used to control weeds. It's a great rotational crop. It's a mock crop, I can say that.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. That was very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, last but not least, please welcome to the stage, Esther Kaola.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Esther Kaola from the University of Dodoma. Here comes my project, the development of puncturing chemical extract for sex reverse in tilapia. Some of them are very afraid of this, the sex reverse. I'm not going to do for you. We are going to do for the tilapia. Everybody knows about the aquaculture? Aquaculture means the farming of living organisms in aquatic life. I can talk in Swahili because some of them are not understand. Aquaculture means ni ufugaji wa viumbe kwenye maji. Example, plants and animals. And here we are going to talk about the tilapia. Do you know about the tilapia species? Okay, some of them it's called perec. Have you ever thought about increasing your aquaculture management flexibility? Do you know watu wengi Tanzania wanafuga samaki lakini tatizo moja hapo ni kwamba samaki wengi huwa hawakui. And here I'm going to introduce the most solution of it. Okay, my friend says hi, but she's so sad and she needs to grow very fast. So what can I do? I've got a solution of this. Can I tell you a short story? Once upon a time, I went to the market and I saw two people arguing. He was a male and a female. I'm speaking so everybody understand. Wakati wakiwa sokoni, huyu kaka anaitwa Mr. Kazimoto, alikuwa anataka anunue samaki. Lakini akaona samaki ni wadogo sana. And akawa anaogopa kwa sababu kuna hormones, some of hormones ambazo zinatumika kwenye ukuaji wa samaki in aquaculture production. Na mfano hizo hormone ni 17-methyltestosterone. Alipokuwa anaangalia hii hormone akawa anaogopa kununua ile samaki kwa sababu alikuwa anahisi hizo hormones zinaweza kumaffect. When I passed over there, I heard them argue. And nikasema, why this? I have to go and think of it and solve this kind of problem. Nikaenda, nikakaa nyumbani, nikawaza, what can I do? Nikaja na idea moja. Sorry. Nikaja na idea kutokea kwenye mimea. Do you know that it's not very important and it's not good in our health to use chemicals? Now 17-methyltestosterone is a chemical. So nikaja na idea moja hapo ya kutumia this kind of tree, the puncture vine. In science we call it tuberous sclerosis. This puncture vine is common name we can say catfish, goat, or bullhead. And it's very favorable in dry climatic areas. And we can get worldwide example in Southern Europe, Africa, South Eurasia, and Australia. The part of the plant that we are going to use are the seeds. And how can we introduce to fish? Through feeding. Do you know that this kind of plant is mainly occur everywhere in this world, especially in dry climatic areas? So how can we use our fish? We are going through feeding. And which species favorite this hormone? We are going to use tilapia, that is very good. My friend say hello, and she needs to grow pretty. Before this, first of all, at the head we saw that we are going to change the monosex. Do you know the meaning of monosex? Monosex ni kufuga aina moja ya samaki ambayo ni samaki wa kiume. Tuna change jinsia. Don't afraid of this. This is science. So that to solve the problem of Mr. Kazimoto, because they saw the fish were very small in size. So when we are going to use monosex, we are going to make our fish to become large. And why are we making this male fish? Male fish, they grow very fast, first of all. Male fish, they grow into large size. So to solve Mr. Kazimoto's problem, we are going to change the fish from female to male. And how are we going to do? We are going to use the puncture vine tree. And the part of the tree we are going to use are the seeds. We are going to grind the seeds. After that, we are going to make it in form of powder. And then we are going to add to the feeding. And this does not contain any kind of chemicals. Okay? This is natural because these are the plants. And you know that fish are the herbivores. They eat plants. So this is not chemical. It is natural. And here my fellows say, I need to be pretty. Do you know what's interesting about fish? Most of the fish species, the male, are more beautiful and more interesting than the female. Have you ever heard about that? So she needs to grow very pretty, so she wants to be a male so that she can grow beautiful, pretty first, and in a large size. The hormones of the chemicals that are very important to these plants are the isoflavonoids, flavonoids, and saponins. These are the three main chemicals which they add to the fish. They are going to stimulate the fish to go very fast. So these are the natural hormones, the natural compounds. They do not produce any kind of effect to your fish. Hence, when I got this solution, I went to Mr. Kazimoto and told him, and now he's a fishmonger. And can you see this kind of feeling there? He's really happy about the kind of the hormone that I offered him. Do you know the importance? I told you the importance of the monosex. When you apply monosex, you make your fish become large in size, and this will help very much in aquaculture production, especially in Tanzania. When you apply monosex reverse in tilapia fish, we are going to increase the aquaculture production in industry. We are going to get a lot of protein through fish, and also, can you see this kind of food? I think it's very delicious. Okay, when you eat a lot of fish, we get a lot of protein. We get a lot of fats from it. and also to become fat, as you can see me here. I like eating fish very much. My friends, I came with them. They are saying we are here to serve you and your health and the economy too. So when you use phytochemical from the punctual vine trees, you are going to make your fish to become large, and also you are going to increase the economy, individually and worldwide. Thank you very much.
Well, another round of applause to our last 4 contestants, please. No one wants to be the judge now. It was all fun and games when you were coming up here, right? So now we had the 5th and 6th contestants. The 5th one was Camilla Branson, who talked about. Can we have some silence, please? Thank you. So Camilla Branson was talking about biopesticides that can increase the pesticides that can be used to increase phytochemical extract for sex population of tilapia, especially male ones. The puncture line also stimulates fish growth. She was talking about that too, right? Oh, Camila was talking about the fungi. Okay, she was talking about the pesticides and the fungi which can be used also for tomato. She talked about tomato plantations a lot here. I think you remember about that. And then there was Ezekiah Waisawa, who was talking about CSTSE thin film solar cells, the different kinds of solar cells, which are alternative for silicon-based solar cells. You can't spend a lot of money on these ones as well.
Then we had City, who gave us a very entertaining and interesting, useful, non-psychoactive pen for textile, for electronic textile. And then we had Esther, who talked about safer solutions for the creation of monocentric tilapia population here.
Well, we thank all the contestants. A last round of applause to all of them, please. And now, we're going to play some music here where we give our judges a few minutes to finalize on the evaluation on who is going to win. And in very few minutes, we're going to find out among these 8 who are our 3 top winners. Let's go for a short very break. Please don't go outside, please don't move, and please don't make noise so that the judges don't make a mistake choosing the winner. Thank you very much for giving it. Yes, and we are back for the most interesting part of the day. Zainab, you still have your papers, but you have something else. What is that?
I have lucky 3 winners right here. But before we continue, please, again, a big round of applause for all our 8 participants.
Yes, and as that a round of applause is proceeding, please, can we have all the contestants on stage? All the contestants, all the 8 contestants. Let's give them a round of applause as they come on stage. All the 8 contestants. Yes. They did a very, very wonderful job. From hundreds of contestants to 8. So all of them are winners, but we are going to have the top 3 as well.
Now, can we also please have our judges come to the stage? A round of applause for them, please. Join us for the stage. A lot of applause, please.
Well, the judges are sweating and there's AC in here. It looks like it was a very, very hard job, right? Oh, very nice. Let's proceed.
So, are we ready? Are we ready to hear our 3 winners? I can cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. Are we ready? Drum roll, please. DJ, drum roll. Thank you. So, without further ado, please, Amila Branson. Congratulations, Camilla. Congratulations. Applauses. So, drum roll, DJ, drum roll. Now, we want to hear our first runner-up. I can't hear you. Do we want to know who's our first runner-up? Winner is Mr. Coleman Desembea.
Okay. Who are the remaining ones? Can we have the remaining ones here, please? Can you step forward a little bit? Okay. Now these are the remaining contestants. A round of applause for all of them, please. Can we be silent, please? I'm not going to give this award if we're not silent. Please? Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen. With me I have the name of the winner of the Kesho Leo Science Slam 2019, made by ITV and DW and the College of Natural and Applied Science of the University of Dar es Salaam. To our winner this evening. The one and only. Are we ready?
Are we ready?
Christina Frederick. Well, she wins and I'm up, and that's why. Christina. Yeah, your cousin is there? Oh, wow. Yes, and before we proceed.
So before we proceed, congratulations again, Christina. But for the other contestants, you had all great presentations, and we would love to reward you with certificates for your participation for this year's Science Slam. Please, Esther, come for your check.
These are all winners, ladies and gentlemen. These are all winners. Please, a round of applause to her. Yes, she won that too.
Yasiri, please come forward. Ezekiel, please come forward. Cosmos, please come forward. Applause, applause, applause. And finally, Patricia, please come forward. A round of applause again for all our participants. Please, louder, louder, louder.
Well, thank you very much. Can we have all the contestants, the others contestants, please go down. We'll remain with the jury as well as the guests of honor. Another round of applause to the contestants. Yes. Christina, can you speak?
So much grateful to the judges.
I just asked if you can speak.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel after winning?
Oh my God, I feel so nice. And I'm just so excited. You prepare for something expecting you to win, but then when you come on stage, you're like, oh my gosh.
What's next for you?
I think I'm just gonna tegeleza project yangu, right? Because I want to make my country very famous. Keep me wearing this because I love my country very much.
Well, thank you very, very much. As we are having the celebrations for Christina, can we have the celebrations for Christina, please? Can we have the celebrations for Christina? Let's go, let's go, let's go. A round of applause, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you. And we have our champion over here. We have all the panelists as well as Madame Joyce Havile. And I think she's very happy because two of the winners are women. I think that is astonishing in every way. Well, we thank you very much. Everybody who is watching live from home, we thank you very much for watching from the beginning. I hope this Science Slum will help you to become a scientist yourself. Then maybe next year, DW, ITV, and University of Dar es Salaam will be generous enough to give us another Science Slum. I'm Sebastian Koloa. I was with
Zainab Tambo. And please do not forget to tune in Mondays, 6:30 for the Kesho Leo program.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And have a good evening.
Thank you very much.